Hi everyone, Martha here. Today I have a quick and easy tutorial for an everyday eye look. For those days that you don't really have time to be detailed about your makeup, but you still want to look decent and put together. Go ahead and get started with this e.l.f. Illuminating Face Primer that I always like to use underneath my foundation, and I always use it. I never skip it, only because the foundation that I use is matte. It is the Estee Lauder Double Wear, and at my age I should be using a more dewy foundation, but I really like the way that foundation covers my skin. So I always start with the primer on my skin, and I like to go in both directions. Next, I'm going to use the Estee Lauder Double Wear. This is my favorite foundation because I have finally found a color that matches me, but I actually have to combine two colors. I am in between Tawny and Dawn, so what I have done is mix half and half of those foundations in one bottle. I wish this foundation had a pump. I saved one of those CoverGirl bottles, so you know the one that has the pump, and what I did is I mixed my foundation in that one. That way I can reuse the pump, and that was really nice. But I just need to go in and do that. I just haven't had a chance to do it. Next, I'm going to apply some concealer really quick. The best one to use when you're in a hurry is the Neutralizer by Maybelline. This one will go ahead and give you a good coverage, but not an exaggerated coverage, and yet it's just quick and easy because it already has the little applicator. I know not everybody likes to use it, but if you have a clean face, I feel like there's nothing really to worry about. But if you're really concerned about that, you can always spray these sponges with some witch hazel. So I'm going to go ahead and apply that, and I'm just going to do some, like a little triangle right here. First I dab it like this, spread it out. Then spread it into my T-zone. If you notice, I didn't put on my shadows first this time because we're going to go with a very natural and quick eye look. You don't need to be too careful with that look as far as getting it all over your skin. So I also take advantage to go ahead and put some of the foundation instead of having an eye primer on my eyes like I usually use the Erase Paste by Benefit. I just take the rest of the concealer that I just used and spread it all over my eyelid and around my eyes and use that as my base. I always try to use my Illuminator by Maybelline, but there are times when I do skip it if I'm like too much in a hurry, but I really like the way it illuminates my skin. I just feel like the more matte you look, the older you tend to look, because older women, we have drier skin, and so we don't want to accentuate that. We want to look like we have a natural, healthy glow. And that is why I really stress that it's necessary to make your skin look more radiant rather than matte. Airspun Loose Face Powder. I really like this powder. They sell it at Walmart for about $6 or $7. The idea is to use something that is translucent rather than being with color, because the color actually makes it more cakey on your skin. But if you use a loose powder that is translucent, it won't do that. It's best to use that kind, and it keeps your dewy look. To apply an eyeshadow that is a little bit lighter than your skin tone on your eyelids, and that will go all over the eyelid. Where is the brush for that? Okay, now here comes the eyeshadow. I have learned that what models do when they are to be out the door and into the runway and they don't have a lot of time to really do their eye makeup, then they just do this. What they do is they take a color like this one, which is kind of like a caramel colored, and this one is in the Physicians Formula. It's called Baked Butter. This eyeshadow right here, I have found it so handy. What you do is you take some in a fluffy brush that is bigger than the brush that you would normally use for your crease. Normally we use something that is a little bit more like a mid-size, but this one's a little bit bigger. This is the e.l.f. brush. It is called the Flawless Concealer brush. So this is actually a concealer brush, but it works perfectly for that. So what you do is you just take this into the crease and you sweep it back and forth a few times and you are done. Just make it look as even as you can. Next thing is I use a colored eyeliner, and preferably one that is a purplish color, burgundy or brown, because if you use a black eyeliner on this kind of look, it's going to look more harsh and it's going to be uneven because you just have a light wash of eyeshadow and you don't want to go with a very harsh eyeliner at this point. So what I like to use is this Essence Long Lasting Eye Pencil in the color Berry Mary. You find Essence eyeliners at Ulta, or at least that's where I have found them. Just gives me that look like I actually spent time doing my eyes without having to actually do that. I started out here first and then I just fill up the inner part. Now when you're in a rush, you really don't have time to contour everything, but I just cheat it really quick. I take my contour brush that I like to use and I just go in really quickly under my chin, put a little sweeps of it just so that I still look like I have some kind of jawline and one chin. Then just a really quick sweep right here, and I don't take it out in too much. I just kind of keep it in here. I really don't do the rest of the contouring. That's all I do, that because I'm in a hurry. And then what I like to do is contour my nose real quickly, taking a small brush like this one and just do a quick sweep on my nose. Use a blush that is more on the mauve side, that looks a little bit more natural. So for this I'm going to use the Tarte Memorable blush. It's more of a mauve tone, so it looks a little bit more natural. So I just go ahead and apply a little bit of that on my cheekbones, on my cheeks. I'm gonna fix it up just a tad bit and we are done with that. An eye pencil, which is the Jordana Fabubrow, and it is in the color Light Taupe. This one looks natural on my eyebrows, so it's not so bad if I just walk out just using this and not having to put anything on top of it. This is my bad eyebrow. Do you guys have a bad eyebrow, or is it just me? I don't know. I always have more trouble with this one. Bad eyebrow, bad. Next I'm going to go in with my highlighter. This is the e.l.f. blush. I'm not sure what the name is, but it is one of their blushes, and it's the one that I really like to use as my highlighter. So everything is full of powder because of this thing, but it's still good. I like it. And just real quick, do like a little dot and then sweep up. Like a little dot and then sweep it up. And that's all you do. Then we take the other brush that I like to use for my cheekbones and just kind of sweep it on the high points of my cheekbones. Ooh, look at that. Ooh. I'm not going for the strobing look, so we're gonna tone it down a little bit. I'm gonna go in with the mascara. If you notice, I always save the mascara for last. Well, not for last, but kind of like for last, because I feel that if I apply it before I am done with all of the powder product, it gets all over my lashes and my lashes end up looking kind of dusty instead of looking black. So that's why I wait until the end to apply my mascara. I did not apply any mascara on my bottom lashes because it saves me time, and it also makes my eyes look less droopy because I do have droopy eyes. I'm going to go ahead and use the Jordana Matte Bare. It looks like this. It's one of their newer lipsticks that are matte, and they are pretty good. I really like them. Zoom you guys in so you can see what it came out like. guys, that completes my look for today. I hope you guys enjoyed it and that it helped someone out there save some time yet look really pretty. So thank you, I appreciate you. God bless you, and I will see you guys on the next video. Bye.